you should be able to say that was wrong. I didn't like it.
Yeah. But you stand for nothing, so you can't say that. You just go where the wind blows.
Hello, community. Welcome to the S&M Podcast. It's your girl, Malika.
It's your girl, Sandrine.
And let's get into it. Tissue paper, so you have the character strength of a Kleenex tissue. And that is so, like, why would I ever want you around me? No.
Stand up.
Like,
for something.
Have any other flaw in this life if you want.
Yeah.
You can't stand for anything.
Nothing.
You can't be around me. Personally, you can't be around me. You can't be around me.
And I also hate that I feel like you can choose my side in public, and then if you think I'm wrong, tell me. Take me aside and tell me.
And even if it's like you don't want to verbally say anything, because I also understand not wanting to misrepresent yourself in a situation, right? Sure. If you don't want to say anything, come and check on me. Stand up for at least where you think I'm coming from. And then let's go discuss. But yeah, you stand up for nothing, you will fall for everything. And I don't need a bitch that's going to be weak like the wind and claiming to be my friend. Absolutely
like
not.
The car
the dealership things that just
go in here, there, and everywhere.
No. Yeah. You need to have a backbone.
Honestly.
Strong and serious one. And you need to be, for me, another thing, like you could never claim to be my friend if you have been in a room where someone was degrading and devaluing and talking about me like a rat on the highway. Huh? And you're just...
That can never make sense to me. You're holding a symposium. Symposium conference.
Breaking news.
And the spectators are staying put.
My friends? No, bitch.
Nobody in this life can come and start talking some shit about you to me. Like, it would never even cross their minds to be like, this is a place where I can start opening my mouth to say something. Let alone you've gotten so far into the point where I have to be like, okay, stop. It wouldn't even start.
But yeah, those are all signs of a bad friend. Someone who
Somebody to watch out for.
Yeah, try to put you down in subtle ways. That is an unacceptable behavior. Someone who will not stand up for your character. Unacceptable behavior. You can be anything in this life. Those kind of flaws.
Big. And I'm like too seasoned to want to like work with somebody to fix those.
Kindly work with a therapist.
Please.
You have 3 seconds to expose those cards, and I'm jetting out of there like the Flintstones. You will see my outline in the room. Like, I'll evaporate, bitch. What? Scary.
So scary.
Let's talk about the humiliation ritual that is humbling powerful, successful, influential women through abuse.
We have talked about bad traits in friends, but I want to talk about how humbling a bad bee is showing up in pop culture.
And has been. Like, this is not new. This is nothing new.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Nothing about this is a new invention. It has been happening for eons.
Yeah.
But we have been seeing it in relationships, especially popular relationships. And some that I can think of off the top of my head, DDG and Halle.
Yeah.
Cassie and Diddy, like saying that's about humbling a bad bee is like...
Yeah, it's reducing the severity of that situation.
That is just...
But it's a small part of it.
The things, you know what I mean? In that completely layered experience of abuse. But also DDG and Halle, there was abuse there, one.
Yeah.
But this whole situation of being in a relationship with a woman who is...
You collected her when she was a star. So it's not a surprise to you that she's a star.
The biggest star you know.
Exactly.
Little Mermaid. And because you cannot be that outside of the home and inside the home, you have to degrade her.
So you don't even want her to shine when she's outside.
And then especially when she now gets home, that's when you want to decide, okay, I'm going to be the man. And to be the man means to degrade.
Right.
And to belittle.
Right.
Humiliate even your partner. And nobody will check you.
Absolutely not.
Nobody will
What do you mean? You're surrounded by fellow degraders and abusers and belittlers.
And all they will say
community.
Is, no, yeah, she was doing too much. She was doing too much. Just a conglomerate of idiots. It's so devastating how that happens. Time and time again. And how, like, unfortunately, she's forever connected to this person.
Oh, that's the word. That's like the most hurtful part to me. Because, oh, sweethearts, this is forever. And you're like, you're just a child yourself.
And the girls are saying that part of some of the online discussion is people saying that, well, Ruby Rose tried to warn her. Ruby Rose, the
right, I remember seeing that.
And she tried to say, like, this was going on in my relationship. Mm-hmm. And there was also some weird stuff with how, I guess, there was crossover. Or when Halle got into the relationship with DDG, she started doing some strange things. Like, she was wearing Ruby Rose's clothes.
Sorry? Well, that she had for left, how? Oh, like clothes
that she had left at DDG's house, and there was pictures like circulating on the internet. I'll put them up. Hopefully, I'll be able to find them. But stuff like that. But again, that could have easily have just been DDG trying to piss off Ruby Rose and gave her a shirt to sleep in. That was, you know what I mean? Yeah. But there was stuff like that coming out. So people were like, "Why is she moving weird? Why is all this stuff?" But it's like
I honestly, I do think we have to hold space for both what happened to be disgusting, and obviously Halle did not deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
Absolutely.
And then to also recognize that a lot of women do put themselves in a place of, this won't happen to me.
You think you're too
the exception.
Intelligent, and
you think no you're one the exception.
Is the exception to that rule. Yeah. It's like, it's one thing to not be able to understand how someone gets there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It's mind-boggling. It truly is mind-boggling. But no, you are never above it.
Exactly.
It just takes the right circumstance, the right person to say the right thing for long enough to catch you at a bad time.
Yeah.
And you're in a situation that you never thought you could be in. And it's so devastating because it feels like it's happening to women with the ability to avoid it, I think, that makes it such a difficult thing to reconcile. Because it's like, it's one thing if you're a woman living in poverty, you have no money, you have nothing to support yourself, and you find yourself in this kind of situation, this kind of relationship.
But that's the thing about abuse.
Nobody's above it. Nobody's above it.
It's tailored to capture. It's like it's a psychological mindfuck, basically. And I don't think anybody is above being psychologically mindfucked.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. If somebody wants to be a terrorist in your life, they will find a way to implant themselves there.
And they will do it in catering to you. I feel like
the way
abuse looks different to everyone that it happens to because it tailors itself to you as a person. It hits your specific insecurities or the holes in your being. So that's why somebody with a lot of resources can still be abused because they're not perfect just because they have the resources to support themselves. They also have the little holes that somebody can slither in and capture them.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's really heartbreaking. Now there's a child in the mix. If she couldn't leave before, she surely had a harder time leaving now that there was a baby.
Oh.
It's so sad.
It's so many women. Honestly, you escape those kind of situations without, I want to say without a child and have it not sound as horrible as it sounds, but like those kind of relationships. You escape those kind of relationships without a child. You have to just
thank God. You have to.
I think about Cassie.
God.
Obviously, again, not to reduce it or not to minimize the experience or say, oh, thank God, just this little thing didn't happen.
Yeah.
But it's so much other psychological abuse happened that was horrific. But also thank God. Thank God.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, the bane of my existence.
Tell us.
When you're telling this to a man, just explaining your experience.
Right.
And they have the audacity to be like, just choose better band. Do you know I can kill you dead?
Bang. Shot.
I saw something that was very, very profound, in quotations. If you don't think it's profound, move on. Where somebody was like, men react to women expressing their experiences, negative experiences, about men, the way white people react to black people talking about our experiences of racism. Because you can't connect to the racism. It doesn't exist. You can't connect to a man treating you badly, so that doesn't exist.
But the weird thing is, a lot of their homeboys are horrible to, you actually can connect to this.
But they don't see it as them being horrible. They don't see it the same way. So yeah, it doesn't exist because that's not my experience with my friends, with my besties.
He doesn't do that to me.
Yeah.
He might owe me millions, but he doesn't do that to me.
He might never show up to your birthday, but he's never done that to me.
Might use the money you lent him to buy crack, but
I don't know what you're talking about. Poor treatment. I've never experienced that from my boys. So I don't know what you're talking about. You should choose better. You should see the bad ones coming and avoid them.
As if a man won't lie about where he was born, his name, literally everything.
It's
literally everything
of it that just blows my mind. Unprovoked. Will I beat you? Will I beat you?
Like what? I can't. I don't get it. And we said this in the last episode. Like whatever that male validation feels like, whatever the gratification is that you get out of that, whatever that feels like, it has to be better than
bottle it up and sell it. I'll buy 3 bottles
by tomorrow. I can guarantee you. Like, you will not have any losses.
That gotta be sweeter than a crock.
Don't get it for you. Hate it for us. But here we are. The contempt hidden in the compliment. So, have you ever felt contempt hidden in compliments? The same way
like
we were
in
talking
a backhanded compliment. Yeah, like what we talked about before.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. We were at a party.
Yes.
Yes. It was somebody's birthday, I think.
Yes.
And, it was really hot. It was like peak summer. So it was very hot because Europeans, I don't know what the ek is the problem.
The summer is different.
Put up some air conditioning. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Stop running the AI and put up some air conditioning.
Do you know you've like 2x to global warming by you made ChatGPT, but HVAC not allowed, air conditioning not allowed.
Noted. So we were sweltering in this house, right? And the makeup was starting to look a little bit sweaty.
Yes.
And one of the girls was like, "Your makeup looks really nice, but it looks like you're a little bit hot. That's why you shouldn't wear too much." Come again. You could have stopped at, "Your makeup looks nice."
Or if you want to be a girl's girl, and let's talk about it. I've got some blotting paper in my bag. You're looking better than ever. Let me
because I know it's hot. Down. I understand it's hot.
Let me tap this down for you. Let me tap this so you can continue to serve. Give the people life.
Give me life. Give me life.
No, you would like to ensure that you humiliate somebody in public because you're feeling intimidated and threatened, only to show up with a full face of makeup.
Lash. You can take flight if you blink a little bit too fast. We're just going barbecue to the beach.
And it's sweltering there as well. How you can ridicule someone for the very thing you want to learn from them, the very thing you yearn to be, is so interesting to me. That is another thing. Like, I could have understood this in literal high school.
Yeah.
Where everybody is like,
you're still kind of figuring out your
with so
way.
many emotions. Yeah. Like, you don't know yourself.
We are nearing 30. How much longer must this go on?
All you want is the tutorial.
Let me know. I would be so happy to make you one.
But instead, you must call me a whore and a whore with too much makeup. Okay. All right.
You're going to learn today.
I'll take that on. Whatever.
I will be your father figure. Put your loving hand in mine. Like, I will be your preacher teacher.
Yeah. So that I have. That's one that stands out, but I'm sure
they've come from all sorts of people, and we call those micro insults. Okay?
Are they micro though? I don't know. Macro. Let's stop minimizing things.
Macro insults.
Macro. Okay? Macroeconomics.
What you have said, the words that have come out of your mouth are micro, but the impact, gigantic.
Gargantuan.
I wanted to say that one, but my mouth rinsed the word. Like, colossal. I don't get it.
It's like that lady that called me bald-headed. Remember that old lady when I was waiting for...
Madam, you're wicked. You're wicked in this life. You're wicked. You're wicked.
I was waiting for the bus, coming here to record. And this was freshly after Malika had just done these cornrows.
So they were crispy as fuck.
They were crisp. And obviously a cornrow is pulled back. Okay?
What can I say? I'm a gripper.
It's not going to be sitting at my edge. So, head is glistening.
Beautifully
edges
oiled.
are laid.
Yes.
So it's looking real clean, real pulled back.
God,
I'm sitting there waiting for the bus, already frazzled because that was the day, like the 9, all the buses was fucked up. So I was already frazzled.
And it was raining.
This little old lady, I have my AirPods on, noise canceled. But my peripheral vision is really good. So I can see on the side, on this next to me, that there's somebody motioning like they're trying to talk to me.
Right.
So I took out my headphone and she starts saying, très jolie tresse or whatever. Like she's telling, my hair is beautiful, right? They always start with a compliment.
Sandwich method.
Yeah. Right. Beautiful hair. I was like, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. And then she goes into, but watch out. You're gonna lose. Your edge is gonna be gone.
Alopecia coming.
Traction alopecia. Watch out for her. And
mind you, this is a white woman, Caucasian woman.
Old white woman.
So what do you know about that?
What do you know about this?
Whoa. I can't
And
believe
she was
really
trying to make it sound like she's giving me advice, telling me to use castor oil, argan oil.
She must have a mixed race grandbaby in the mix or something. You know what I mean?
Perhaps.
And she said, I am permitted to give you this advice.
I'm not new to this.
Unsolicited.
I'm true to this.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So I was like, it's okay. If my hair falls out, I'll just shave it. It's just hair. And she's like, no. If you want to be beautiful as a woman, you better make sure that hair is tight and right.
My God.
Oh my God, okay.
My God. Do you know how many things you said? And
all of that was macro. And unnecessary.
And unsolicited.
Because again, you could have just stopped at, your hair is beautiful.
Did you feel that was public service?
She probably felt she had done charity work that day.
She said, good deed for
philanthropy check.
Good deed for the philanthropy. Guys!
So I had to run away. I ran away. Is that okay?
You've upset me, lady.
Thanks.
Get out of my face. I hit you with my back.
Yeah, so the people do. They just leave me alone.
Oh my God. No, in fact, speaking of hair insults.
Yeah.
When we freaking went to Afrobeats and brunch.
13 hours till I land, have me out like a light, like a light, like a light. Slept through the flight, not for the night. 767, man, this shit got double bedroom, man. I still got schools to say.
And we had such a good time. First of all, you have to post us dancing.
Yeah, because we were stiff as hell though.
No, there's a good one. There's a good one. Yeah.
We thought we were giving it our all in this one video, and we were just stiff as hell. Plunk.
Stiff.
Face was looking good though.
That's a given. That's a given.
So I had tried. This is my first time attempting like a Dochi style, like cornrows.
And you ate that.
I did my best,
You ate.
Yo. They were really long, beaded, really sexy. I think I looked super good. Like that one you cannot take from me.
And did.
But I hate that like this happened because it really did. I was talking to Loza about it when we came back from the event. But it really did. Like, remember I took those braids out so soon. One, I mean, I knew I was just going to have them for the event. Okay. But I was like almost extra motivated to take them out because I was like, just literally get the fuck out of my face. I don't want to hear this again. So this one dude, I don't know what the hell his obsession was with trying to ensure that I knew he was trying to humble me. Like, remember how we talked about someone who hates your guts but won't leave your side? They literally will not leave from around you. So he kept coming up to me and you and saying, you know, you and your friend are like, you're like really intimidating. You know, you're like really intimidating. Like, do you know that? And like, who are you in this group? Like, are you like the funny one? Are you like the...
Sorry, I didn't even know any of this. I'm finding this out freshly.
I told you all of this.
Who are you in the group? I've never heard that before.
Okay. Oh, you didn't hear that part probably. Yeah. But yeah, he was like, so who are you? Like, he was not trying to relate to himself. And he said, I'm the funny guy in my group. I'm like the funny guy. I tell jokes. You know, I like people love my jokes. I think
you should let other people tell you that you're the funny guy. I don't think you can take that on for yourself.
He has now begun saying, okay, so who are you in this group? First of all, you came up to me and the first thing out of your mouth, this is the second time I had met this person. And even the first time we had ever interacted, it was like chill. We did a little banter back and forth, like nothing crazy. I greeted him like everything was all cool. Second time I'm meeting him, he's coming up to me with all this weird energy. You know, you and your friend are intimidating. You look like you would be mean. You look like you would be this. You look like you would be that. And then when I wasn't giving him the reaction he wanted, he started to talk about my hair. So he was going on, and I had my cornrows that I had just done for this event, and he was talking about like your edges. Like,
sorry,
you don't remember this?
Listen, I was finitoed. What can I say?
He was like, first, when I wasn't giving him the reaction he wanted, saying, Ati, you know, you and your friend are intimidating. And I said, you know what? I love women with a little bit of oomph to them. So if you feel that way, the only advice I have to give you is step your pussy up. I don't know what to tell you. He didn't have anything to say. So he now turned to Jabby and he was like, you know, edges. Like, Jabby, do you have edges? Like, all the stuff she does to her edges. Like, what's that about? Jabby, of course, he's drunk. So he's like not really paying attention. And then throughout the evening, what he kept mentioning was my hair. Your hair, your hair, your hair. Like all these bees. You did a lot. Like you did so much for this. Like, oh my God.
I did a lot because you do nothing. You do too little. I have to carry for the team.
That we're not even on together.
Right.
I simply exist
just in case. I carry just in case scragglers come and join.
Eh? I said, you're doing so much. And then he kept saying things like, these don't sound like they're big insults, but it's about the fact that everything he was saying was a microaggression. This is coming from a Black person.
Yeah.
There are 3 kinds of microaggressions that exist even if you do not notice them. Micro-insults, micro-assaults, and micro-invalidations. Though some argue that ignorance is bliss, in the case of 21st century racism, being aware of subconscious bias encourages accountability, not only in thought, but in action.
He was like, you know, your hair makes so much noise when you're walking. Like, you can hear Malika coming from a mile away. Like, bruh, it's just like so much. You did like so many accessories, so many. You're talking about my edges. You're trying to talk to my boyfriend. You're trying to get validation from my boyfriend so that he can help you in ridiculing me.
He should join in
ridiculing me. When I tell you I detest this man.
Sorry, oh my.
He's so lucky I don't swing on him every single time I see him. He's so lucky. Because you think, and here's my thing, I know that in his peanut brain, he's not even registering the things that he's saying are as microaggressions.
You know what I think it is?
Yes.
They call it negging.
Yes.
You've heard of negging, right?
I haven't.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
You cannot pull that off. I hate to break it to you. You cannot pull that off. There's very few people on this earth that can pull off negging. You, sir, are not one of them. Like, you are making me vicious. You're making me really vicious.
Don't
provoke me. Don't provoke me to anger.
Don't provoke me to anger, or else you'll be in danger.
Like, don't even do it, sir. Like, it was so crazy because, I mean, Loza was even standing there and she wanted to say something, but she just, you know, it's like, let's just let this play out because he was obviously playing with himself. He was trying to get a reaction out of me. And I did my very best to not give him anything. But when we were leaving, I remember he kept commenting about my hair and what he didn't like or what was too much. And he kept giving his 2 cents. And I remember when we were walking to Honolulu. Yeah. Right? Because apparently it's not Honolulu.
Hey,
Honolulu.
Just found that out yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lulu.
Frickin'.
Okay.
Just do something right. But he, you know, kept talking. And I just at that point said, you know, everything you're saying to me is a microaggression. And he's like, I don't even care, bro. I don't even care. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know what he was on, but I turned around and I said that to his face. So it's either you didn't hear me or you were already ready to have a fight. You wanted to have something with me.
That's why we just got a box. That's why, like, Jabby, I need him to fight. Put your dukes up and throw a punch. What? Like, do you want your hair braided? You can just ask. You can actually just ask.
Why are you so invested in my hair? Why do you care? Why do you care? You have so much to say to me. And then the funny thing is, this is like now kind of like segueing into vindication. The vindication you feel after like that person who was talking about makeup this. The vindication you feel when I see you the next week with a full face of makeup. It's like, so I know I'm not crazy. Yeah. You genuinely are deeply insecure as a person.
Right. It has nothing
to do with me. Right. You are projecting all of your negative emotions onto me and hoping I catch them. So I'm miserable like you, and I refuse to do that. But to me, this is why I say it's scarier when it comes from a man, because it's like, you can't have what I have. You can't. What do you want?
Maybe that's why they're so miserable.
Like, genuinely, why are you this concerned about the hair that is on my head top? What about my hair is Yanni, you said to me you're intimidating. Clearly you're not intimidated enough.
Right.
Because you have come up to me and tried to humiliate me. And he was doing this in front of a bunch of different people. In front of groups of people. He was ensuring people were hearing him say, you're intimidating and your hair is ugly and I hate the braids and I think you're a rat. I don't even know you. I don't know nothing about you. This is why I literally was so livid. I was so livid because I was
really
like,
all adding up now.
And
because I did not know the extent.
No, like I just could not believe it. I told those that like coming back from that, I just wanted to take off my hair, not because I didn't appreciate the hair, because I've done cornrows multiple times. I've done it boho. I've done it like that is my thing, and I really had to grow into that when I was younger. But now it's like I love it. But it just became like a reminder of how not untangled some people are from their anti-blackness.
Yes.
Because whether you want to reconcile it or not, that was anti-blackness, and it was showing up disgustingly out of you. Because Black women is too loud and vibrant for you. I wasn't even speaking. That's the thing. I was not even speaking, but my presence clearly was too much for you to handle. So it just became a reminder that like you will receive this. The way you show up in the world will dictate how people react to you sometimes. Sure. And the affirmation of that was too much. Yeah. In my head, I was like, no. I literally am so livid. I'm so livid that I even see you and still do. You should thank your lucky stars. You should thank your literal lucky stars.
That is so wild. That is so wild to me. Do you want to be a bad bee? Nobody's stopping you from being. Only you and your fellow men are stopping you from being a bad bee. Please, let's talk about that. If you want to put on makeup, put on some makeup. Put on some eyeliner. Get your hair braided if that's what you want.
In whatever style you would like.
Right.
Solicit my services. NDC Cosmetology. I will do it if I can.
But it makes no sense.
Why are you going so far out of your way to ensure I feel bad about myself?
He was hot on the inside. He was hot. The insecurity was burning up.
Like a vampire in a church.
I'm sure he probably went home and felt really terrible.
He must have.
He was vindication. Doing a lot of like word vomit, projectile vomiting, projecting.
And the vindication I felt when we launched the podcast. And I come around my friend and you happen to be there.
Yeah.
And you're now doing, because you know everything you said was so fucking stupid. Right. Congratulations. I'm following. You have a fan.
You have a new fan.
You have a supporter. I want you to know that impression was not lost on me. Beloved, there's nothing you can say or do to recover from that.
Oh, because just it's such a nasty second impression. That's very unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
And it's not even to say that this now makes you an all-round horrible human being. I don't believe that.
We all have bad days.
Exactly. Yeah. And insecurity pulls the worst out of people. The worst. The literal worst.
Yeah.
But I have committed to not having any kind of insecure person around me, especially not in close proximity to me. So the moment that comes out of your mouth, sorry. Yeah.
Because you can't, we all have insecurities. So it's not the issue that you have insecurities. No. It's that you make it everybody else's problem.
And you try to make me the character flaw.
Yeah.
The glitch in the system. When what is glitching is really in here for you. Internal. For you. Yeah. And no, I just can't accept that. Yeah. It is really 100% your job to manage any kind of insecurity you're feeling, exactly. Especially as a grown-up.
Right, any emotion. You are not your emotions. Feel them and then decide what to do with them.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
You're free to feel anything.
Absolutely.
But please don't make it other people's problems.
All emotions you feel are human. Every human being will go through any kind of cycle of emotion in this life. Jealousy, insecurity, hatred, even. Yeah. We will all go through them. Exactly. But I don't make it your problem.
No.
I don't make it your problem. I simply act according to how I've been treated. And you don't get many times to abuse me in this life. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. You get the one time before I switch up immediately and shock on you. And the crazy thing is, people like that always still want to be around you. Yeah. In some capacity, they still want to.
Those are the energy vampires we talked about in the first episode, I think.
Exhausting.
Siphoning. I'll say it again. Siphoning.
They're exhausting me, man. I'm exhausted. Please, back up off me. Freaking like a leaf.
Leave us alone.
I'm gonna start walking around with a board. Like, Jesus Christ. Weird as hell. Thanks for tuning in.
You can find us on Spotify and YouTube,
Instagram and TikTok. See you next time. Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war.